Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today I want to take a look at EZA STR Boujack. This is a highly anticipated EZA for me, and I think he's looking pretty good. I'm really anxious to try him out. I think he actually would be pretty good on the Broly team because he wants Inhuman Deeds, and that Broly team is all Inhuman Deeds, right? Well, for the Broly characters. So I think there's a lot of possibility of working him into the team. The only problem is the Broly team is pretty overloaded. Like, they didn't really need Boujack, but could be an interesting run on the team. What I'm curious for is if they actually, like, release another really good Boujack, right? So we'll see how he looks, because for, like, linking partners, if he's next to a Boujack, like, the links are ridiculous, and we're going to see that in this video. So let's take a look. His leader skill space traveling warriors are time travelers, key 3 and 170, so solid enough leader skill you could run, but probably want to run at 200% if you can. And then his super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does immense damage. And then his passive, he gets attack and defense 150. Extreme class allies are attack and defense 30%. And then space traveling warriors or Inhuman Deeds get 2 keen attack and defense 30. So this is huge because he used to be just space traveling warriors, but space traveling warriors isn't that great right now. So they added Inhuman Deeds because we just got all those Broly buffs. So that worked out really well that they did that, right? So those 2 categories are going to get another 2 key and 30% attack and defense. So pretty much all these Brolys and then, you know, other Bojacks we'd be running are getting 2 key and 60% attack and defense, which is crazy. And that's when facing 1 or more enemies. Another attack and defense 15% when facing 2 or more, and another attack and defense 15 while facing 3 or more enemies, plus another attack and defense 30 up to 120 when attacking per space traveling warriors or Inhuman Deeds category ally on the team, depending on which has more, and then guards all attacks when there's 5 or more of either of those categories, which is crazy. So you guys are going to see the insane support in full effect here. By the way, he has the transformation. I guess we should go over that as well. So his transformation, you have to be facing 1 enemy from the 4th turn of start of battle. And then he goes in the full power Boujack here, greatly raises attack. So that's an infinite stack. That's a 50% stack. And then raises defense for 1 turn. And then his passive is key 3 attack and defense 240. Just guards all attacks, so he doesn't need the categories when he's transformed. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. Randomly changes key spheres to STR. Plus another attack and defense 120 while attacking. Attack 60, defense 30 when attacking when 3 or more key spheres are obtained. Plus an additional attack 60 and launches another attack that has a high chance of becoming a super with 6 or more key spheres obtained. So when he transforms, you kind of want, the key spheres are going to be important, but he does orb change, which is good. So yeah, and I actually don't have any equips on my Boujack, huh? So I'm going to have to go ahead and do that. I didn't do it. I got to do a better job of checking before I start recording the showcase, because this isn't the first time I've gone and be like, oh, I probably should put equips on them. But I'm in a pretty good spot, so we're going to stop for now and just not worry about that. But look at this, you guys. So I'm running him with Int LR Boujack, because that's his best linking partner. But LR Boujack got his EZA like eons ago. But look at Int Boujack. Because of the links and the support, he's at 527k start-to-turn defense for Int Boujack. Now, that's a really impressive start-to-turn number. Not to mention for Int Boujack specifically, he gets a defense on super, and if we get 5 or more key spheres, he gets another 50% attack and defense. Like, Int Boujack, he's one of these units that just kind of ages crazy well. Because I remember before his EZA, like, I was actually surprised at how well he did when he was, like, really, really old. And right now, I would consider him a fairly old EZA, and he's actually looking, like, solid, right? Like, he's not going to be tanking, like, 3 mil supers or anything like that, but I'm not minding that defense stat. And then STR Boujack here's at 457k start-to-turn defense. So we're going to try it out here. Now, the reason why the stats, I think, are a little imploded here is we are getting 90% support from STR Boujack because we are going against 3 enemies. So I wanted to go into the Supreme Magnificent Battle, these new ones, because they had like 2 new stages that like have multiple enemies because they want to showcase the Brolys. Now I am going to open with a Whis because I just don't want there to be any risk of me dying here. And we just got to see like STR Boujack kind of go crazy here, right? So let's see what happens. Let's see what the numbers are looking like. Now, this is juiced up with links, right? So the reason why having a Boujack with him, I think if you're just floating STR Boujack as a support, it's not as big of a deal. But look at these links. So Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest, these are the ones that are going to be easier to get with just good villains, right? So 25% attack and defense, Thirst for Conquest is attack and defense 15. So just those two links alone is 40% attack and defense. But since we're next to a Boujack, we're getting Heraclan. Key 2 and attack and chance of performing a crit plus 5%. That's not the biggest deal, but the little crit chance in attack is kind of decent, right? And then Galactic Warriors, this one is crazy. Key 2 in attack and defense 20%. So we are up to, wait, he's got 5% on this one, right? Yes. So, dude, he's up to 40, and he's got 20 here, right? He's got 65% attack and 60% defense just from those links. And then we're getting Revival. I don't think Revival's the craziest. Yeah, Revival, we won't worry about Revival. He's got to be under 50% HP, and it's just a 5% attack and defense buff. But, dude, those 4 links are crazy. And then Coward doesn't really matter. That's not a great link. Fierce Battle would be good to have up. So, attack 20%. We do not have Fierce Battle, unfortunately. I guess if I put him... If I had him in the middle slot here, he would pick up Fierce Battle from Broly, but I didn't want to put Int Boujack in slot 1. So let's just see what happens here. Although he's better defensively before attacking than STR Boujack, which is kind of crazy. So let's do that, and we'll do that. And let's see the attack stats here, right? What are the numbers going to look like from STR Boujack? This is my first time using him. Okay, so took a little damage there. Oh, he is guarding, though. So 13.5 million. And this is non-transformed, right? So this is like his weaker state. So yeah, pretty decent damage there. And then, dude, yeah, like 12 mil for Int LR Boujack, who's a pretty old Easy A. That's a solid attack stat. We'll take it. Now, remember with Int Boujack, his attack and defense will fluctuate based on your HP. So if we get lower HP, our defense will go up and our attack will go down. So that's pretty much his peak attack, right? Is going to be in like, well, I guess we could have a floating support, which we will get on another turn. So he's probably going to be in that, 12 to 13 mil range. Oh, I didn't pay attention if I got 5 orbs with Int Boujack, though. Because 5 orbs will make a difference with him. I'll pay attention to it next time to see if I actually got 5 orbs or not. We'll notice, like, based on the numbers. But right now, like, if you want to, like, really bring out the best in STR Boujack, like, Int LR Boujack is pretty much your only option. So it would be nice to get another new Boujack, or, like, AGL Boujack I still don't think has an Easy A. Like, AGL Boujack, and then there's, like, a free-to-play tech Baba Shop one. Like, we do have some Bojacks, and I would be excited about the free-to-play one, because Dokkan's made some very good free-to-play units, right? What do we do here? I guess we just do this, and then we'll transform you. We just want to get out of this phase at this point, so we'll just go ahead and bum rush this phase and hopefully just knock these guys out here. We'll just bum rush the phase, and yeah, we want to get out of here. So we'll do some AoE action here, do a lot of damage. Should be tanking that Vidal just fine, yep. Alright, 20 mil AoE here. The Brolys are just so dominant. I love the Broly team. But yeah, the fact now that the Broly team's got, like, Easy A Janemba, and now you've got you got Easy A Boujack. Like, the villain team is really coming together. Now they are, like, putting, like, restrictions. The thing is like, the villain team isn't as straightforward because, like, Int LR Broly's got, he wants, like, certain categories, and then Boujack wants certain categories, and Janemba, like, it's just hard to make it all, like, you have to be careful about how you build the team. You want to make sure that these units aren't missing any of their passive, depending on which units, right? So right away here, I could transform, and I kind of don't see a reason not to. So there you can see Int Boujack is about 500k defense. S tier Bojack's at 421. I'm just going to transform because he doesn't stack or anything. We saw, 13 mil attack stat. That's roughly where he's going to be sitting. So yeah, let's just transform him and let's get into Big Daddy Boujack. Now there's going to be less support for the rest of the rotation. So we'll see Int Boujack. Yeah, his stats went down a little bit. He was near 500k. Now he's at 417. But that's fine. I mean, this whole rotation is 4 to 500k starter turn defense, which isn't the worst. Now STR Boujack, remember, he's going to greatly stack attack, and he does get defense on super as well. So now with this guy, though, we do want to try to get 6 or more key spheres. So what's the key looking like here? We got 4. I could put him in slot 2 and then probably get the 6. Boy, type disadvantage in Boujack, though. Yikes. How do I navigate this turn? I'm almost more comfortable putting STR Broly in slot 1. I've got a Whis, but with like, because this guy doesn't guard. I don't believe he does. Yeah, he's got no defensive mechanics, right? So like this guy's numbers can actually look kind of solid, but he's got no defensive mechanics, and I can't get 5 orbs from him either. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put the Broly in slot 1, because I just want to get like this juiced up turn here, right? So we want to get the 6 or more orbs here. I am going to pop, well, I actually might not pop Whis, because I would like to see some natural tanking, and if we die, we die. And I can, and yeah, we got the full orb set up for all these guys. Let's just see a natural turn without, yeah, without a Whis on. Let's just see what these guys can do. And yeah, if I die, I can just hop back in. All right, so Broly didn't really give me much there, but that's fine. He's got his full damage reduction. I got him built up earlier before I started recording. 23 million. 23, and this is his first attack. He's greatly stacking, by the way. So if we see some additionals, like this boy's going to dish out some damage. Yeah, and then 24, about 25. Boujack, my guy. Some damage. Like this is, you know, the type of unit that can do some damage to Goku and Frieza. We haven't even gotten that fight yet on Global, but yeah, and he's guarding right there. And then, yeah, about 11 mil for this guy. So this is just like, he can put up some deceptively like good looking numbers, but once again, without the defense mechanics, like he'll get blown away. If he gets supered here, it's, yeah, 230k normal. See, that's the thing with in Boujack. He's not really runnable right now. So I'm going to go as far as I can in this fight, and we'll just see some terms, you know, when he's not having those godly links from the Hera Clan and Galactic Warrior, we'll see what he looks like next turn, and we should be able to get there with the Brolys here. Although, is this a short fight? Is this the last phase already? I think there's another phase after this. Yeah, we'll just use these active skills here. I'm almost tempted to just drop Tech Broly. Actually, he probably won't. It would probably be wasted, because the first Tech Broly might just annihilate here. I'm actually going to go here, because I want more orbs for the middle Tech Broly. There we go. And we'll grab those. Yeah, this should be a pretty damaging turn here to Gohan. Gohan's not going to be happy with what he sees here. So 20 million, sure. This is without additional support. Okay, and we got the action break. That's good. The attack break. 15 mil on the additional. And then the middle Tech Broly probably will finish. He does some crazy damage. Oh, and by the way, those first couple of turns that we saw Boujack, we were under Int Broly's domain. I should mention that. Because what happened was that rotation was in rotation 2. So I did rotation 1 off camera, where I did a bunch of AoE attacks with that STR Broly to get him built up. 32 mil for this guy, by the way. And we did pop into Int Broly's domain. So that's why you probably noticed on the last turn a slight dip in stats there too as well, because the domain had gone away. But yeah, I think this will finish off this phase. And I think we got another phase here. Yep, okay. So let's see Boujack, you know, not next to another Boujack, what he's kind of looking like. He is guarding, right? And we're going to be missing big bad bosses. So this will be quite the contrast, right? So now, yeah, 256k defense. He just drops way down. This phase does lower my ki as well, huh? I've got 6 orbs. I'm just going to throw him in slot 1. I'm going to throw him in harm's way just to see what he can do. This isn't like ideally where you'd want to put him, right? Trying to think of like if there's a way I can get 2 orbs, but there isn't. 2 rainbow orbs. No, so we'll just get some of these STR orbs out of the way, I suppose. But if we get super right away, we will die. He is guarding though. Yeah, 100k normal. And then 17 mil. Now this is what I'm curious about. After the super, because we get a fair amount of defense after super, how's he looking? He did lose a ton of stats though from links, right? He's literally lost all of the good links here. He's only getting fierce battle, I believe, right now. So yeah, we lost like 40% of the stats. 19 mil on this. Yeah, because he was shooting out like 23, 24, 25 mil when he had the good links. Now he's around 20 mil. All right, let's see if he can eat a super. Probably not. He is guarding though. I'll be impressed. Oh, wow. Double digits. Really? Okay, I do find that impressive. That's a pretty good tank. I should look up the exact numbers of this Gohan, but I'm pretty sure he hits pretty dang hard. That's a nice tank for Boujack. Okay. That there is kind of what we want to see, right? Because at the very least, you could run him in slot 3 if you need to, just to have him as a floater. Because ideally you wouldn't want him on rotation, I think, unless you're running some type of big bad bosses unit with him. So like on this Broly team, I'd probably use him more as like a floater. Let's just do it for fun. Let's drop the big tech Broly bomb here. And we'll just see what happens. I actually do think there's another phase after this. Because I think it's the last phase, I believe, is the STR Gohan, his standby, right? Because I don't think we've seen that yet. So I think, well, never mind. Int Boujack, I think, is going to be, I mean, he is going to be guarding, but I think he's going to be toast in slot 3 if we don't kill here. So I'm just going to bank on that we're going to kill here. I mean, I guess he should probably be able to handle a normal, I would think, because he's guarding and, you know, well over 5, well, after attacking, probably over 1 million defense, right? All right, see what this middle tech Broly does. All right, we're eating the super here and dodging, so sure, we're fine. Yeah, then casual 48 million, sure. We'll do a little 48 mil shot. That was, I think, one of Dokkan's biggest fumbles was not making Broly a big bad bosses unit. Like, when you think of, like, just the word big bad bosses in Dragon Ball, like, Broly's actually one of the first characters that comes to my mind if I just think of the words big bad bosses in Dragon Ball. So it's just crazy to me that he doesn't have it. And also very ironic, almost a slap in the face, that the only Broly that got big bad bosses was Broly, Chila, and Lemo, which is, like, who I wouldn't think of as big bad bosses. I would actually see them more as, like, a super class unit. So kind of odd choices there. All right. So we do have Revive up, so I could be quite reckless here with Boujack if I wanted to. I mean, I think we all know 256k starter turn defense isn't doing squat here. I'm going to try Boujack in slot 2, just because I don't want to set him up for, like, utter failure, where we know he's going to die in slot 1, probably even from normals. So let's just go in slot 2, once again, where, because of the Revive, we're free to test here without items, and just see what Boujack can do. Hopefully Gohan supers Boujack in slot 2, because once again, I really want to test this guy. So we are getting supered in slot 1. That would have been instant death for Boujack. How does Broly handle this shot? Because this is a very strong shot. What are we taking here? Yeah, 130k from Broly. So I'm hoping that this Gohan can super again. I would love to see a super in slot 2 on Boujack. That would be great. Because, yeah, I think after attacking, I mean, this guy, I'm pretty sure it's a lot harder than the last super he took, but we'll see. All right, Boujack in slot 2, what do you got? 15 million. So, yeah, his attack stats are still very solid without the Boujack links and the big bad bosses, but you really want that. He looks way better with those on. 16 mil here. But, yeah, pumping out the additional, stacking the attack, getting the one-turn defense stacks. Oh, shoot, I didn't pay attention. Did I even grab 6 orbs with him? I don't... I gotta pay attention, because I don't think of Boujack as, like, a nuke character. And he isn't, but he's, like, an orb-hungry character, right? So I need to kind of visualize him or think of him like STR Kefla, right? Because that's the kind of character she is, where she doesn't get, like, stats per orb, but she wants, like, 6 orbs, if you can get it, right? So... that's kind of the way I got to think about Boujack. But yeah, I'm impressed with him because, once again, the Boujack is the best build of a character where he's one of these transformation characters that he is a support character, but you get the active skill to choose when he transforms, and you essentially have 2 characters in one, right? He's going to be your de facto support, but then if you want him to be the offensive on-rotation powerhouse, you can transform him and make him that, right? Or keep him as a support, and then when you feel like you're on the last turn of the fight and you need a finisher, you can bring him out then. So that, to me, is the best. That's the reason why units like Android 13 fail a little bit, because Android 13 has the same build. He is a support that transforms into an offensive unit, but he's not an active skill. You are forced into it. So Android 13 would have been much better with this Boujack formula. They essentially took Android 13's kit and improved it on Boujack is what they did. It's like the STR cooler formula, right? That's exactly what this is, and I love it. So kudos to that. I would love to see an LR. It wouldn't even have to be Boujack, but just another LR with that same type of build, like ridiculous support, transform into offensive powerhouse, and like being a leader, because those are my favorite types of leaders, are support characters, because then you get 2 of them on the team and you can just float them and then team build other offensive units or keep them on rotation. It makes the team building really flexible. All right, I think we're going to get another turn here. 15 mil for this. It's so crazy to think, too, this Super Easy Broly is a freaking support unit while dealing out all this damage, while having the damage reduction. Such a good unit, man. I love the STR Broly so much. I'm a big fan of my support units. Well, he's going a little crazy here. I did get a couple of rainbow orbs. That should be the last attack, though. That was hidden potential there. All right, we're going to get another attack here with Boujack. We may have to go in slot 1, though, and just kind of risk it for the biscuit here. So here we go. Slot 1, but he's got his Heraclan links up again. So 400k starter turn defense. I really hope, well, I was going to say, I really hope Gohan doesn't super, and then we can get supered after, but I feel like Bojack's just going to kill. So I guess it's kill or be killed on this turn. So either we're going to die from an immediate super, or we're going to super him. Okay, Gohan's jumping right into it. Let's see what he takes. This is, yeah, he's 400k defense, no damage reduction. This is going to be a ton of damage. I mean, he has no other defense mechanic besides the guard, so he's not built for slot 1. So don't be deceived by this huge number we're about to take here. Actually, 600k wasn't that bad. That's actually a survivable number. We were just, had we been at full health, we actually would have lived that. I'm actually kind of impressed with that tank. I am not going to lie, from STR Boujack. That was actually pretty dang good. So let me know what you think of this guy. I think he's a great addition to a lot of teams. I think Extreme is in a really good place right now. They've gotten the buffs they've needed, and they've done well on the units. So it does make me look forward to, because like I said, this Broly team is very overloaded. So I'm looking forward to some more just general big bad bosses type units, and maybe some teams that we can throw them on. I think, with Space Traveling Warrior being a big part of his kit, like that's going to hit a lot of Frieza units. And we have the Super Easy Full Power Frieza. So if we can get some Frieza buffs soon, he would be a really nice fit on those teams as well. So let me know what you guys all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.